So why don't we sit down and we'll talk about it. So I gave him some advice. I gave him 2 lawyers who didn't charge any money. Imagine such a thing, lawyers that don't charge money. It's like a miracle from God, you know? Don't charge any money, really? So they don't charge any money. And I said, okay, and I want you to understand this. Now, there's a thing that happens in business. You may not know about this, but you can check with your friends and ask them about bookkeepers. I said, Joe, what you want to do is whatever you think they owe you in money, you write a bill and you send it to them. And Joe said, well, why would I do that? They'll just throw it away. I said, no, you don't understand. Every company that gets bills has bookkeepers that when they're born with glue on their fingers. You may not know this, but all bookkeepers are born with glue on their fingers. That's how you can identify a bookkeeper. You go around and feel babies' fingers, and if they've got glue on it, they'll become bookkeepers. Okay, so when they get bills, they take those bills, and maybe their boss says, well, throw those away. They try to throw them away, but they can't, because they have glue on their fingers. They keep trying to throw them, because the boss told them to throw them away, so they put them in a file. Close the file. Why? Because their boss may come to them 5 years later and say, remember those bills we got 5 years ago? And they'll go, oh, here they are. Because they had glue on their fingers. Ask any bookkeeper. Telling you it's the truth. Anyway, so Joe says, that's not true, is it? I said, no, it's not true. It's fine, but you do it, they will never throw away your bills. So that's what you call a paper trail. If you want to establish that you have any rights to all these characters that you created, you have to establish a paper trail. So if you go in front of a judge will say, well, do you have a record of any of this stuff that you think you believe in? Because if you don't really care about it, and you're just coming as a pain in the butt, then guess what? I'm going to throw your case out. But if you got a paper trail, that means you're sincere. And so we'll look at it. Okay? So I talked to him for about an hour. And he said, well, thank you, I really appreciate this, and blah, blah, blah. And we got up, and he started to walk away, and I said, Mr. Simon? He turned around. I said, do you know who I am? He said, yeah, you're Neal Adams, the crusader for rights, and you get justice and all that stuff. He said, that's why I came to you. I said, Mr. Simon, come on back here and sit down. I want to tell you a story. So I told him the story about our conversation back at Archie Comics when I was 18 years old. And he says, I told you that? No. I told you not to come into bit. Really? No. I told you that? Really? No. That's my Archie story.